Brian Norman Jr., what? That he think he could be who? With that type of resume? With that manufactured resume? Teofimo Lopez will become a 3-division world champion in no time. By the end of the year, Teofimo Lopez will become a 3-division world champion by beating Brian Norman, the manufactured fighter, Jr. What up, Dímelo, mi gente? What's good? So, Teofimo Lopez, as we all know, performed this past weekend, beating Steve Claggett in unanimous decision, won every round. Teofimo Lopez, the two-division lineal champion, pound-for-pound caliber fighter, is looking to move up to the 147-pound division and become a 3-division world champion by the age of 27. And if there's anybody that goes for legacy, it's always Teofimo Lopez. He the one that set the tone of this generation by beating Vasily Lomachenko, when Vasily Lomachenko was regarded pound-for-pound, 1, 2, 3, you could flip it around. Not this Lomachenko that probably going to be facing Gervonta Tan Davis. Not that Lomachenko. I'm talking about the Lomachenko in which Teofimo Lopez took care of Gervonta Tan Davis' dirty work. That Lomachenko. And we already know what he did in 140, and that's why he's still the king in 140 by beating Josh Taylor, when Josh Taylor was the reigning undisputed champion, right? So Teofimo Lopez, a lot of people have been busy. A lot of pieces have been moved. You know, Matias is not a champion no more, so we ain't looking at Matias. Pitbull Cruz with PBC, and I think that Pitbull Cruz is going to be fighting somewhere or somebody else. I think that PBC will probably rather do the Puello and Pitbull Cruz because they're in that side of the fence. So Teofimo Lopez looking to move up. Brian Norman Jr. is the WBO interim champion. As we all know, Terrence Bud Crawford is the WBO champion, the welterweight division, but he's going to be moving up to 154, going to be fighting Mashramov. So he could become a 4-division world champion. So, you know, T.O. Bud, they're doing legacy work. T.O. always doing legacy work, and this is the reason why he's been calling Terrence Bud Crawford out. And some of y'all getting mad at that call out, but I like the call out because you know what? It's telling me that he still want to be great, daring to be great. He still got an appetite. He's still hungry. He was already in the gym 72 hours after the fight with Steve Claggett. So I do believe that Teofimo Lopez is going to beat up Brian Norman Jr. And I believe that's going to be the next fight. I think they should do that fight. They both are top rank. And there's been people on my timeline saying that, nah, Punch, Brian Norman Jr., you saw how he beat Giovanni. He going to beat Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez power doesn't even carry in a 140-pound division. Yes, it does. He did stop Pedro Campa. He did hurt Josh Taylor. And he did hurt Steve Claggett in the 8th round. He didn't hurt Jermaine Ortiz because Jermaine Ortiz was running like a damn wuss. That's why. So at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez, who body work looked very, very good. You know what I'm saying? He elevated his game with the body work. Great uppercuts. Look, he landed every punch in the kitchen sink. He won every round. When we was discussing the victory with Steve Claggett, it was because I'm looking at the side of he got to perform like this so he could get the fans behind his call out when he's calling out Terrence Bud Crawford. No, Terrence Bud Crawford, he performed very, very well. People still stuck on his performance versus Earl Spence, and that's the reason why people think that Bud Crawford could even, you know, challenge Canelo Alvarez, because it's about performance. So what I was looking at is the performance to how you say it? The performance to justify his call out. Even though there's already got to be, it should be justified because he's a lineal 140 who won to fight the lineal at the 147-pound division. That's a historical, traditional, daring to be great. We ain't asking on Teofimo Lopez to move up 3 division up like people asking Bud Crawford to move 3 division up. No. But with this fight, I believe that Brian Norman Jr., I think that Teofimo Lopez is going to beat Brian Norman Jr. easy. And if you think that Brian Norman Jr. is all of this, let me tell you like this. This is a traditional manufactured fighter in Brian Norman Jr. I ain't going to say he bad, but let me tell you like this. He ain't no Teofimo Lopez. He's manufactured. See, Teofimo Lopez was never manufactured. Teofimo Lopez was fighting rank fighter after rank fighter after rank fighter. By the age of, look, by the time he got 15 fights in, he already did something great. By the time he got Vasily Lomachenko in his 15, 16 fight, he already made history. Brian Norman Jr. in the first 15 fights, he ain't even fight a guy with a winning record. So, I don't know. Look, I've heard Brian Norman Sr. He's cool. He's animated. He's going to, of course, say great things about his son. But your son was fighting dudes that didn't even have a winning record, bro. Manufactured. Pick him. Cherry after cherry after cherry after cherry. Damn after cherry. Ain't no damn Teofimo Lopez. That's the difference between. That's why I called Teofimo Lopez the captain of the generation, the commander in chief. There was no easy picking. It was no easy road to how Teofimo Lopez accomplished his world title. How did Brian Norman Jr. Got his world title? Well, his interim world title, and you let me know how Teofimo Lopez got his, knocking out Richard Comey in the second round. Then after that, defended with Vasily Lomachenko as an underdog. Went to the 140, got Josh Taylor. See, there was nothing easy about Teofimo Lopez. He didn't get no vacant title. He didn't get a bunch of fighters so he could look good. Even till recent, he ain't getting this matchmaking of Sandor Martin to look good and moving around, or the Jermaine Ortiz moving around and stuff like that. Nah, man. Everything that Teofimo Lopez have earned, he earned it the right way, the blue collar way, the real fighter way. I'm not saying that Brian Norman Jr. is not a real fighter. What I'm saying is that he's a manufactured fighter that been fighting guys that should not be in the ring. Look at the man's record, bro. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Look, he beat a guy 12-14, 3-7, 3 wins and 33 losses, 4 wins and 9 losses, 5 wins and 33 losses. What the hell is that? What type of shit is that? Oh, Brian Norman Jr. gonna beat Teofimo Lopez. Man, please, man. Please, he got more losers in his resume than winners. Let me tell you like this, folks. Brian Norman Jr.'s record, right? He fought, the record of wins and losses, if you tally all that up, is 219 wins and 350 losses combined with all his opponents. Please, man, please. Teofimo Lopez, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, is going to wreck Brian Norman Jr. Ain't no hype around it. But hell, go ahead. Think that Teo got no power to move at 147. Teo can't beat Brian Norman Jr. All right, go with that hype. You're going to see what Teofimo Lopez going to do. Teofimo Lopez once again going to humble the boxing world. Once again going to humble the boxing world, become a 3-division world champion, stamping and certifying his resume and his accomplishment as a future Hall of Famer. Brian Norman Jr., if I was y'all, I wouldn't even take this fight. But you got no choice. You're going to be taken over by Teofimo Lopez.